Jimin, but it is not right. I know I did wrong, and I am sorry for it. But how could she do this with me? Jimin says while pouting like a small child while you sighed, looking at him. You close your laptop at last and look at him annoyingly. From the last half an hour you were trying to avoid him, but he is continuously blabbering about his problem. At last you gave up and looked at him. Ian, don't even expect anything from me, Jimin. I am not going to convince Leah to forgive you, and believe me, you deserve it. Jimin, not you too now, Ian. Why are you all going against me now? I just want to make her jealous to get her attention. If I knew that she will start behaving like I don't even exist because of this silly joke of mine, then I will never do this, Jimin says while pouting. He did a jealousy prank yesterday on his girlfriend Leah, who is your best friend too. So now she is ignoring him completely, which made him come to you for help. Ian, seriously? What's wrong with you guys, huh? There are countless ways to get a girl's attention, but you somehow managed to pick the most unreliable tactic, jealousy. Just tell me, who gave you this useless advice to make her jealous? You say in an irritated tone while he keeps pouting. Jimin, my innocent brain. Ian, then took a garbage box and throw your innocent brain there. Jimin, don't be like that, Aini. Please advise me on what should I do to make everything right and peaceful. You smile while folding your hands over your chest. Ian, please attempt suicide and die. Then R.I.P. Rest in peace. He whined like a child. Jimin, come on, just put yourself in place of Leah and Taehyung in place of me. Then tell me, how would you react if Taehyung treated you the same way? How could he have possibly persuaded you? Taehyung is your fiancé and Jimin's best friend. You raised your one eyebrow while looking at him and scoffed. Ian, believe me, Jimin, you are very lucky that Leah didn't break up with you till now, because if Taehyung tells me that he is going on a date with another girl, I wouldn't even think for a second before annulling our engagement. Jimin got shocked for a moment after hearing your voice. Then he laughed awkwardly. Jimin, you are joking with me, right? You looked at him with a serious expression and he understood that you aren't in any mood for joking for now. His laugh vanished in a second. Jimin, I am gonna use your restroom. He said this and immediately runs out from your cabin while dialing a number on his phone. You kept looking at him in confusion because of his sudden rush. After some time, Jimin opens your cabin door and says while still looking at his phone. Jimin, actually I was just talking with Taehyung's personal doctor and he told me that he gave Taehyung some strange medicine because of which he is blabbering nonsense for today. So if he come in my absence to meet you and say something nonsense about a date or a girl, then don't mind him, okay? He said while still typing something on his phone, but when he didn't get any reply from your side, then he looked ahead but his face frowned after he didn't see you there. Suddenly, his gaze fell on the chair where you were sitting a few minutes ago. Someone was sitting there and his back was facing him. Jimin's eyes widened immediately as he realized who the man is. He immediately ran toward him and held his chair tightly while turning it around towards himself. Jimin, for your own sake, just tell me that you didn't start your Operation Jealousy Gambit till now, Taehyung. Yes, it was Taehyung, who was sitting on that chair with no sense of presence for now. Taehyung's face held no expression, and he was still looking in shock because of something. Jimin, you did? Taehyung's pupil moved and he looked at Jimin. He immediately grabbed Jimin's throat in anger and pushed him toward the wall. Taehyung, it happened because of you, knucklehead. Few minutes ago, You were doing your work on your laptop after Jimin left when your cabin door opened slowly and Taehyung walked in with a style. He was walking towards you dramatically with a smirk on his face. You looked at him while raising your eyebrows. He came and sat on a chair in front of your table. Taehyung, hey wash lady, what's up? Ian, did your company go bankrupt by any chance? You say while ignoring his words, and he looked at you in confusion. Taehyung, of course not. Ian, then are you planning to make it go bankrupt by any chance? Taehyung, even if I planned it, then too. I have so much money that my company can never go bankrupt, he says with a proud smile. And then are you not getting any new project or you don't have any workload? Taehyung, I have many new projects and too much workload, so much that you should encourage me and motivate me to keep doing my work. He says with his puppy eyes while you show him a genuine smile before changing your expression into a cold one. Ian, so can you tell me why you show up here every other day with that same irritated expressions of yours? You say in anger while banging your hand on your table. You are in anger as you know how much he is avoiding his work from the last few weeks after you both get engaged, and no matter how much you tell him to go back and do his work properly, but he never listens to you. So you choose a different way to say. Taehyung, I know how much I've owed you and you didn't even like me, so I came here for last time today to tell you an important thing. Let's get in an open relationship. Taehyung said while smirking internally and making a serious face. You raise your eyebrow immediately while your face frowns. I am. Open relationship. Taehyung, yes, see. I want a girl who can give me her time and attention, so I will try to find that girl, and you can spend your whole time with your one and only lover, your work, because I don't think you have any interest in boys too. I even picked a blind date for myself, and I am going in Heaven Hotel at 6 p.m. today for my date. See, we can't annul our engagement because of the deal that our companies made, but I can still enjoy my life. He told you the location and time on purpose as he wants you to come there today. He was smirking internally when you suddenly chuckled. He looked at you immediately and saw your sarcastically smiling face. He didn't understand the reason of your smile, so he awkwardly smiled too. Ian, when did you meet or contact Jimin last time, Mr. Kim Taehyung? He was taken aback for a moment when you called his full name, but then he composed himself and replied, Taehyung, yesterday morning. You scoffed as you already knew it that he don't know about what happened between Jimin and Leah when he said the exact same words to her. You knew this as Leah already told you everything in detail yesterday night. And don't you realize that you are being utterly foolish before coming here? Taehyung didn't understand a word about what you were saying when you suddenly stood up from your chair. Ian, you know what? I am done with you. I have no intention of seeing this thing like it never happened. So, Mr. Kim Taehyung, from now on, we are done. I am no longer your fiancé. You say while removing your engagement ring and throwing it at him, which he immediately caught and his eyes widened. Ian, and don't you worry about our parents. At tomorrow's party, I will announce our breakup and tell our parents the exact reason for our breakup. You say and leave from there immediately. Taehyung was looking at that ring silently, still processing your words like a dumb man. Present time. Jimin, stop it Taehyung, I will die. Jimin says by removing Taehyung's hand from his throat. Taehyung tried to hold his throat again in anger, but Jimin tried his best to keep Taehyung's hand away from his neck. Taehyung, then just die. Taehyung says while trying to reach Jimin's neck but can't, as Jimin was holding Taehyung's hand with his foot stand. After some time, Taehyung and Jimin were sitting at a distance now. Taehyung was looking at Jimin in anger, while Jimin was avoiding eye contact with him. Taehyung, why the hell do I even listen to your advice? Taehyung says while banging his hand on the table in anger. Jimin pouted and stayed quiet. There was an awkward silence for the next few moments until Jimin broke it. Jimin, so she annulled the engagement? Taehyung looked at Jimin in anger and Jimin gulped. Jimin, see, everything happens for good. Jimin said in nervousness while not realizing himself that what is he saying. Taehyung closed his eyes to calm himself down as he knows that if he don't calm down now then he will kill Jimin for sure. Jimin, Leah isn't talking with me either, but don't worry bro, we both will find a solution of this problem soon. Taehyung, Mr. Park Jimin, if you loved your life even a bit, then I command you to shut up at once before I cut that tongue of yours in millions of pieces. Taehyung say in anger while dialing your number but you don't pick up the call. Jimin stays quiet when suddenly Taehyung throws his phone in anger. Jimin, what the? How could you throw it? I gifted you that phone. Jimin said while quickly standing up from his chair and picking up that phone. Taehyung, oh really? Then why didn't I throw that phone before? And why didn't I just throw you out of this window? Jimin is scoffed now. He is angry with Taehyung too because the phone which he gifted to Taehyung with pure love isn't opening now. Jimin, if you are so unhappy with my advice, then why did you ask for it in the first place? And if you did take my advice, why did you choose to follow it? I tried calling you multiple times to stop you, but you didn't answer even one of my calls. I have no idea what kept you so busy. Taehyung, I was occupied putting your worthless suggestion into action. Taehyung looked at Jimin while Jimin was already looking at him, and they both sighed at the same time. Taehyung signals Jimin to come and sit near him, as he knows that he can't really kill Jimin, and it was his fault too in accepting his advice. Jimin came near Taehyung and extended his hand towards Taehyung. Taehyung looked at Jimin in confusion while Jimin signaled him to do the handshake, so he did. Jimin, congrats, you are also a member of Self-Destroyed Jerks Club now. Taehyung, Self-Destroyed Jerk Club? Jimin, created by me last night and already 256 men are in there, including you now. Taehyung looked at Jimin and chuckled as he can't control it now. Jimin to smile. Taehyung, any plan to patch up with them again? Taehyung asked while Jimin smiled. Jimin nodded and said with a mischievous smile. Jimin, do you know how to climb a pipe? You came while running towards your kitchen after inhaling a warm smell and seeing smoke coming out from your kitchen. You just came home after meeting Leah, but the next scene you saw made you completely shocked. Taehyung was standing in the center of the south kitchen now. He already noticed you and gave you an awkward smile. Ayan, what are you doing here? How did you get in and what is that smell? Did you accidentally set the stove on fire or is this your version of fine dining? You say while looking at the mess he made. You already have an idea that he will do something, but that something will be this. You have no idea about it. Taehyung clears his throat and said with a proud look. Taehyung, excuse me madam, this is called fusion cooking, a mix of burnt, undercooked and over-seasoned, a true culinary adventure. You scoffed and said, Ian, fusion cooking? This looks like you fused together all the wrong ingredients and hoped for the best. What are you even making? Taehyung, Rajma chawal, kind of. I added some noodles in there for a twist. Your eyes widened as soon as you heard his reply. Ian, noodles in Rajma chawal? Congratulations. You have officially insulted the entire Indian cuisine in one go. If anyone eats it, we might need an ambulance on the speed dial. Taehyung, you think so? I thought you had appreciated the creativity. I am revolutionizing Indian food, my lady. This is going to be the next big thing. Ian, yeah, sure, Taehyung. It will be called Disaster Dhaba. where no one survives. Honestly, do you hate our taste buds that much? Taehyung, taste buds are overrated. Real food is about the experience. And look at this kitchen. It's like a battlefield. A true chef works in chaos. You looked around yourself once again in disbelief. Iron. Chaos? This looks like the aftermath of a food fight at a school canteen. How did you manage to get flour on the ceiling? Were you cooking or performing a magic trick? He replied by shrugging his shoulder. Taehyung, cooking it art, my lady, and as they say, art should be messy. It's a reflection of the artist's soul. His reply made you laugh. Ayn, your soul must be one heck of a mess then, because this looks like a horror movie where food comes to life and attacks the chef. He too laughed with you as he knew that he created a disaster for sure. Suddenly you shakes a sniff of the pot and immediately backs away gagging dramatically. And what did you put in this? Did you accidentally drop a soap bar in there? It smells like you cooked it then. Taehyung replied jokingly. Taehyung, oh, that's just my special ingredient. Soap, opera, spice. Keep things clean, you know. You replied jokingly too while laughing. Oh, wonderful. I have always wanted to eat something that tastes like a soap commercial. Maybe next time you can add some shampoo for extra flavor. You both looked at each other and again burst out in laughter, but suddenly you remembered that you were angry with him and broke up with him too. And now, jokes aside, will you mind me telling how you entered my apartment, or should I call the police and tell them a psychopath entered in my kitchen after I broke up with him? You say while looking at him seriously, and he smiled awkwardly. Taehyung, well, you forget to lock your bedroom's window as always, so you say while raising your one eyebrow. He just smiles awkwardly again when you understand what happened and your eyes widen immediately. Ayn, are you mad or what? I lived on the fifth floor, Taehyung. What if you fall and are you alright? You say and immediately go near him to check if he is alright or not, which brings a genuine smile on his face. You took a sigh of relief after confirming that he is fine. You looked at him in anger again. And if you even think of doing something like this again, then I will push you down from the 31st floor by my own hands. Taehyung, you can't, Taehyung says while smiling and wrapping his hands around your waist. And what made you think I can't? You say while trying to remove his hand from your waist but can't. Taehyung, because your building doesn't have the 31st floor. Taehyung say and giggled while you scoffed. And then I will find a building which have 31st floor and then push you down. Taehyung, then I will hug you while falling down so that we can live peacefully in heaven. Taehyung say with a smile. And oof, please, you aren't getting any heaven with these mischief of yours. Taehyung, hell wouldn't be that bad even for a lovely couple like us. You looked at him while you stopped struggling to remove his hands from your waist. Ayan, lovely couple? Forget about lovely. We are not even couples now. Taehyung, oh really? Then why are you wearing our engagement ring? Before you could reply anything, he held your wrist and showed you your ring finger. Your eyes widened, seeing the ring in your finger. When you were struggling to free yourself that time, Taehyung was busy putting that ring in your ring finger. You pulled him away in anger. You know it is of no use to fight with him, and you don't even want to fight with him. In 30 minutes. You have 30 minutes to clean all this mess that you created. But believe me, if you take even a second more, then I will call my parents immediately and tell them that I am not gonna marry you. You say and leave the kitchen immediately, while he stands there in confusion. Cleaning that mess in 30 minutes was impossible, but a true lover can do anything for his lover. So he started this impossible task. Taehyung was panting badly while sitting on the sofa. You were sitting beside him on the sofa with a proud smile as he completed his work in 29 minutes and 59 seconds. Taehyung looked at you after calming down. Taehyung, so now you forgive me, right? You aren't breaking up with me. See, I do what you told me to. You looked at him after changing your expression into cold ones and said with a serious expression, I already break up with you, and now there is nothing left between us. Taehyung moved closer to you and said while massaging your arms, Taehyung, Aini, my cutie pie, don't do it, please now. I wasn't even going on a date with anyone. I told you the address and timing on purpose so that when you come there to check, then I will surprise you with a romantic dinner. I didn't know that you would break up with me. I promise I won't do anything like this again. You looked at him with a fake angry face. Taehyung, I swear I won't do this ever again. Taehyung said with an innocent look while massaging your arms. You want my forgiveness? Taehyung noticed like an obedient child. Ayan, okay. So from tomorrow you have to start balancing your professional and personal life. Do work when it's office time, and then after that become a caring and cute lover. Love me and show it too, but don't neglect your work in the process. Finish your task first and then plan our special days and dinners. I promise I won't say no and won't even ignore you. After my work hours and I will be all too and spend my time with you, being your loving partner. Deal? Taehyung nodded immediately and hugged you tightly. You too hugged him back. You loved him and said all this for his own good. You know how much he was neglecting his work for you, but you want him to give his time to his profession as well as you. Taehyung, don't ever say something like break up with me. I love you so much, my lady. I love you too. You say with a smile while he smiled too. You were at a party for now talking with your best friend Leah. She too forgives Jimin last night with some conditions of her, just like you. Jimin and Taehyung were here too talking with each other and enjoying the party. Jimin and Taehyung were talking with another friend of theirs, Yunwoo. Yeah, I mean seriously, after marriage she isn't giving any attention to me. If only there was a way to get her attention, then I would do anything for it. Jimin and Taehyung immediately looked at each other after hearing in Yunwoo's word. They both smirked devilishly and then looked at Yunwoo with a serious look. Jimin, that's a very serious problem. Taehyung, very much. But don't worry, Jimin have a solution for it, and we've already tried it with our girls, so now it's your turn. Yunwoo looked at Jimin with curious eyes. Yunwoo, what the plan? Jimin, Operation Jealousy Gambit. Jimin smirked internally and explained everything to Yunwoo while Taehyung was enjoying all this with a devil smirk on his face. Yunwoo immediately left after hearing the plan to put this plan into action while Jimin and Taehyung started giggling. Jimin, he will become history today. Taehyung, member number 254 of Self-Destroyer Club. Taehyung and Jimin watched she while looking at Yunwoo. They both burst out in laughter immediately. While laughing, Jimin turned around and his smile vanished. Taehyung was still laughing, so Jimin pinched him and signaled him to turn around, and he did. His smile vanished immediately too, and they both gulped. You and Leah were standing there behind them, giving them a serious look. I am done with you now. Leah, I am done with you now. You both speak together, then turn around and walk away. They both immediately came behind you while giving you what silly excuses of their stupid prank on his friend. The end.